Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another video. And we are the MD Paranormal Adventures. This is my daughter Sarah, my daughter Angel, she's new.
Hi.
We are at the Paracon in West Virginia Penitentiary. And we're here to see Paranormal Nightmare, Paranormal Quest, Kalani, Bump Into the Night, Heather. Anyway, so please do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think. And welcome our new member right here, my baby girl. Anyway, we will be right back. Okay. All right, guys, we're in here now. Show everything.
No. You're not good?
Yeah.
Alright. I think Sean just used.
Guys, so we're here at the convention. Paracon.
It's Jen. God, to pee.
Paranormal Quest, guys. Look at that.
Kaden. Right here. Get over here. You gotta get over there. That's Kalani.
This is my other daughter, Angel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I got a lot of children.
Hey, you know what? That's a good thing. I come from a big family.
I got five. This is Ryan's girlfriend, right?
Hi.
This is David.
Hi.
This is my other daughter.
Nice to meet you too. She's new.
Ah, nice to meet you all. Well, maybe I've met you all.
Yeah. I seen him not long ago in Indiana State.
Did you? That's a cool place.
We filmed
You
that.
met Paranormal
Yeah.
Quest.
Yes, sir.
It's an awesome place.
So how you been doing? Come on, let's go.
Wow.
Where are we going now?
I'm doing fine, right?
They moved.
I told you. So well, they went
Are
right
you getting
there.
everything?
Yeah. Oh,
Now you see why I said we can look around. Me and you can look around.
yeah.
Surprise! I knew you were gonna be here.
Guys, this is Philip. I mean, I'm
What?
Bump Into the Night, guys. This is Philip.
I had an idea. Good seeing you. How you doing, dear?
How you doing?
Good, good.
This is
Hi.
my other
Let me
daughter.
record it.
Yeah.
It's funny because like whatever you said, I'm like, yeah, I can't.
Well,
It's like, there's
I wasn't trying to make it too hard.
Okay, you can give it a boo now.
I gotta pick.
Oh, so do I.
You told me not to tell you. That's all. Now this is gonna be different.
Basically, we went to these places where there were UFO flaps. There were areas where maybe in the 70s there was a UFO sighting where a ton of people saw something they couldn't explain and things are like happening again. So, but the animal mutilation cases we did, it's so bizarre because there's like no
You gotta wait till they come
professionals
back.
saying there's no explanation for it. The organs are like poured out of their bodies. Again, there's
Anyway, guys, this is where they talk about stuff.
they were done on this like under intense heat with like machines and things. So, and sometimes cows will be moved from like an area over here to like an area a mile away. It's just the oddest thing. So we really try to find the connection with that and this UFO sighting. So one of my favorite things we got to do, we got to go to Roswell. The famous crash that happened in the 40s actually did not happen in Roswell. It happened in
That's Heather. That's from Paranormal State.
60 to 80 miles.
Guys, that's Heather from Paranormal State.
So the debris actually stayed in the field several days before any government officials arrived. So there were these rumors Proctor was Dee Proctor's younger brother. Dee Proctor, of course, was with the rancher that discovered the debris. To me, this was like a pretty close connection. Sandy Proctor's mom actually handled the debris. She handled the memory matter. She was there and confirmed that, you know, she wasn't there physically with us, but for her son, we heard the stories of the Proctors who had sightings before Roswell happened in that area. There were a lot of really unusual sightings, and she just described how the military came in, took all the debris, threatened people, just really odd stuff. So, so we interviewed Sandy and actually took him to the debris site. And Chuck Sikowski got the debris, the exact coordinates from Glenn Dennis, who Glenn Dennis was the funeral director for the Roswell Army Airfield, that he got the mysterious call when Roswell happened. He got several calls about the Roswell Army Airfield asking him if they had 4 hermetically sealed child-sized coffins. And he would call back and ask, you know, if the body's laying out in the sun, how do we prepare it? So he was like he was one of the key players in Roswell, bringing this story out, that like, hey, something really did happen, and it was covered up. So Chuck got the exact coordinates from him, and we went, and it was just really cool. We took Sandy Proctor there. It was just cool to be there where the debris possibly was, and to just think about, like, in the 40s, what it would have been like this and this and that. So after that, we went to this guy's, there's a neighboring ranch, and the guy that owns it, he went by Red, and we went there, and supposedly his like great uncle was the ranch boy that was rumored to have hid debris in one of the 7 caves on the property. So when we got there, he didn't just started kind of surveying the property and trying to figure out really a cave here, and they had this one specific area that looked like it was a cave. And Red had told us, you know, he was young, his grandmother was sick, so we started digging, and Dan, who's Chuck's son, he found this picture is after we started digging. We put a camera down there, we filmed it, and we were like, wow, we have puzzled about it. We started digging, and then Red comes over, and he's like, I think I want you guys to stop, because I don't want this to get out to my family, and I just don't want to record this right now. We're like, why did you do a TV show and have us film digging a property? So that was a bummer. I don't know if we'll bring it back, but the weirdest part of this is when I go on any case, I always talk to anybody, because you never know who has information and just like willing to share with you, even though you're not I interviewed this guy's mother. It was off camera, obviously. She was sitting in her car, and I was like, so what do you think about all this? Like, do you believe there's really a cave on this property?
Yes, it is. You got to come out here and see people like you guys.
Yeah, we think one of the entrances is we can get to through our basement, and we've actually been spending the last couple months trying to do to get to the stage. And I'm like, seriously, like, if this is true, you know, I was going in their house to use the bathroom, I knew where the basement door was, the bottom was, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, go in their basement, who knows? But I thought about that the whole time I was there.
It's like she comes up there.
I also guest starred on the CW's Mysteries to Go, which is a really cool show. They just kind of explore different mysteries.
She was
and I did an episode called Alien Mountain.
As we was pulling up, she was walking in.
The theory. You know, in the 80s, there were rumors of Dulce Mesa, this lake called Archuleta Mesa, that there was a jointly operated alien facility where humans, and there was this battle with those aliens, and it was just this insane story. But what's weird is the locals, for decades, have been having sightings where they see crafts go in and out of this mountain, whatever reason for focus. And we interviewed someone who's very controversial in the world of UFOs. His name's
Look, I'm getting
He
old.
was
I'm almost
actually a
50.
government informant in the 80s. He was government
Yeah,
intelligence
I got 2 more years. I'll be
U.S.
50.
Air Force, and he's basically a
I feel
professional
like an old man. I'm 37.
and
He's 30.
during that time, he infiltrated UFO circles, started
I just lost track of my daughter today.
there's a man named Paul Benedict who
And she's 19.
he was kind of contracted with
My
Kirk Air
son
Force
is
Base, which is Air Force Base in New
25, my
Mexico,
son
to
is
create electronics
my son
for them,
is 15.
and did some massive. Like, he was getting
Now
these weird
these it's
transmissions
how
on
these
his
keep like
equipment
that.
to the point where he believed he was seeing UFOs.
I ain't
And
having
there
it.
was going to be
I don't even think I have it.
he documented these crafts.
Why not?
What he was really seeing
I have no desire to. I
was
love them.
classified
They're good. I'm so
classified projects from his Air Force.
I have an AC nephew. That's all I need. And my nephew looks a lot like
So he contacted the Air
Well, I
Force. The
checked
Air
that
Force,
too out
you
for
know,
years.
caught wind of what was happening, and they were amazed that he was able to tap into these like classified
You know
projects.
how
He
you
was
can tell
not
if you're not
supposed
here,
to
not a caller, you didn't get any help.
So Richard Doty was instructed to make this guy think that he was really seeing UFOs to cover up the fact that he was seeing. This is just a crazy story. So he really, like, they gave him software
I don't have
to make
it on the
him think
mind
he was
out.
communicating with aliens. It's a really actually messed up story. There's a book about it called Project Beta, but
He's always texting me.
it's just so weird. So we got to interview Richard, and who even knows if he was listening, but just the fact that he was hired by the government to make him think that they were seeing UFOs. He became friends with Paul Benedict and started going with him on these excursions because he was a pilot.
Nowadays, though,
Fly
it's just
over to
like,
Archuleta
you know, back in the day, it was so
Mesa,
open advocate, like
and see all these crazy lights.
Now
So
you do
Richard
that
Doty
now,
went with
whoa,
him,
whoa, whoa.
and he started to see things that he couldn't explain. So where he was like, I think we're
She's like,
seeing things that aren't like government. So it's a really wild. So the episode's called Alien Number.
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Actual Roswell series 2 crashes. The second craft landed in western New Mexico. Nobody wanted to believe them when they told the story. No one on the team was following the crash.
Nobody likes more.
The ET was taken to Los Angeles. No, the ET was taken to Los Angeles.
I love sound.
How many decades were recovered?
And I never was a big
Can we assume then that the government was working with aliens at some point?
I was never convinced of that. We could deduce from the fact that we had one for 5 years that our government was working with him. He was providing information to the United States government about their technology, where they're from.
So you'd seen an extraterrestrial?
I wouldn't know.
I saw an extraterrestrial on the closed circuit television camera models at Area 51.
Really?
Yes.
That's the weirdest interview I've ever done. He told us so much that we couldn't believe it. It was really unique because it really confirms that, you know, the government controls the narrative.
Good
If
thing.
you guys get a chance to check out that episode, we did a lot of really interesting interviews.
I have many best friends that are stupid.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about Track the Dead to end
If you
this.
know about that.
So, obviously, being
That's the
Track the
FAK.
Dead,
Thank you so much.
and our friendship started on a huge road trip getting kind of thrown into this TV series. So, the beginning here probably like 12 to 15 times, and every time you can just feel it, like you can feel the intensity, and then you think about the kind of people that were housed there, the riots and the murders. It's just, I don't know why, I can really feel the energy. Every place I go, I'm not always like picking up on the energy, but this place is one where it's like every time. And sometimes I'm just like not even trying to investigate, I'm just like looking at the architecture, you can just feel it. So I would say the North Halls. Other than that, I would say the infirmary. I've had a lot of different experiences to where you can hear footsteps going up and down those steps near North Halls. So, well, thank you guys for listening to me ramble about my weird adventures. I'll be at my table if anyone wants to talk to me. I'm going to go there right now. So, thank you so much for coming, and thanks to Paranormal Quest for having me.
Yeah,
You guys haven't seen their YouTube series. It's really great. They're doing really great things, so check them out. And yeah, thanks.
Good, how are you? You all right? Yeah, good. Guys, it's a paranormal nightmare right here. There's Doc, Sean, and Mark. My favorite buddy right here. Buddy right here. Yeah. That's my other daughter.
All right, everyone, before we get started with this exciting event here, I wanted to remind you all that there's about less than an hour left for the raffles if you want to get entered tonight goes on tonight's sold out event. Head on over and see Tracy at the
So
raffle
what you been up to? Nothing?
We'll be drawing those tickets at $3.50.
We're going to a tunnel tonight.
Possibly win those tickets, and then there's another winner. So head on over there. All that money is going to charity. So
It's an hour.
go on and get your tickets and enter in for your chance to win.
I don't know if I can't remember if this was long or not. Anyway, guys, yeah, check these guys out. Paranormal Nightmare TV series, and also check out Chasing Evil. They have that as well. And subscribe to them. Make sure you do because they're good people. Chasing Evil has some good video episodes. So check that out for sure. They're actually sad, kind of. Yeah, very sad. And comment on the videos, like, subscribe, share them out. They're really good people. You won't regret it. This is my favorite buddy right here.
I'm the only one.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, you're my only favorite dude. Now we was late into it.
Sorry.
We got here what? About an hour, about half hour ago.
I was looking for you this morning.
It was not an hour.
Yeah.
Now it is.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Now I know why you weren't here. You run late.
You guys gotta tell me about that video that you guys just uploaded. What was that? I watched all the videos. I can't remember which one it was.
The jail?
Yeah. You and John were there first, right? And then Josh came later.
Yeah, we was there first, and me and Sean and then Josh ended up going back over there investigating.
Tell me about the attic.
It was crazy.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
the rotary jail, the attic off
Is it really? What's the history of it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, no, yeah, don't tell me history. I'll find out when I go. But,
The history is crazy too.
is it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Crazy.
crazy? Oh,
Crazy.
Okay,
Rotary jail history is crazy.
I knew you were in the attic by yourself. I don't know how you did that with me, personally.
Well,
No.
the thing was I was looking for Sean.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I left wherever it was, went upstairs, and I started up the stairs. I got about halfway up there, and I was yelling for Sean. Yeah,
I think that.
and he wasn't answering.
No, no.
So I was like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a good idea me go up there to the attic by myself.
I think you were down in the basement, wasn't you?
No, he was outside. I was in the jail by myself.
Oh, okay.
I was all alone. So I called him. He answered. He's outside with Brittany, and they're up there talking. And then come to find out, I'm in the jail by myself.
Oh, wow.
So I was halfway up there, and I was like, well, might as well man up.
Yeah.
I had to man up and go up. So I went up there. And,
Well, ain't that what paranormal investigators do?
oh yeah, I'm a camera guy.
Yeah, but you also do paranormal investigating.
Well, I know.
Every now and then.
But so anyways, I went up in there. All I know is at one point I was talking to the camera, and this black cat came right up there, scared the living daylights out of me.
Wow. What was scary about this? I know that I've seen the whole video. I watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Including Josh's one, but it's like,
Well, I think the thing too was I was upstairs and I was already hearing stuff, and then
oh wow.
yeah,
Well, I mean, that place seemed like it's hot. It seemed like it's really hot.
that's really cool.
But the history, you said it's cray cray?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
I'll obviously have to. Where's it at in Indiana?
I don't remember the exact name of the town.
It's on the video. I can't
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
but I definitely. We went to Indiana State.
I can send you
Okay.
the thing on Facebook. The site for it, and you get the full over.
Finally went to Indiana State. After all this time, I finally went.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's nuts.
That place is, oh, me and Sarah went. Me and Sarah and him, and
Are y'all?
I don't know, yeah, I don't know. That place is, what got me the most is, what area was that got me the most? You know where that table is? I know you've been there. Where the table is in the hospital park?
Oh, yeah.
Right in the hallway? We got a guy. We caught a shadow figure right down the hallway.
Oh, wow.
It's on my video.
Yeah.
Voices.
Oh, yeah, the voices are crazy in that.
And he was just standing there doing this.
Oh, this text.
I think it was a kid, but it was like
Oh,
that. So, I don't know if it was a kid or not.
I'd say it probably was.
Yeah, that place is. The 5th floor is active.
Oh, yeah. Upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
You go up there by yourself?
No, she did.
Oh, did she?
I don't know how she did it, because I don't know if I could do it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good upstairs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I mean, I'm an investigator, but I guess I can warm it up and.
I don't remember if it was up there, but somewhere up there, we went out to like some little building up there on the roof. Yeah, so we got actually up on the roof and went out to some other little building. I don't know if it was like for a food service place or
Now, the one place that's in Indiana, not Bell Mansion, but the other one. You guys been there before. It's in Indiana. It's in Infirmary as well. Right? Yeah. I want to go there too.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So I watched Omar's video.
The church ain't too far from it. There's a church.
Yeah?
Jim Jones' church.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not too far from it.
You're not.
Yeah.
I have to go there.
There's 3 locations right there.
By you guys?
No, right there by Randall.
Yeah, well, who? Which one?
There's a mansion. I think it's called Stone Mansion. It's one of those we got.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's what I want to check out too, is Jim Jones. I've seen y'all videos on that too. That was crazy.
Yeah, you want to go somewhere else.
Look, I watch all y'all's videos, including Chasing Evil.
I appreciate it.
All of them. I don't miss a darn thing. You guys are my buddies. Except for you.
Oh, yeah. What about him?
That's my buddy too. I've known him for years.
Really?
Yeah, he's
What's his name?
Guy.
Guy?
I call him Boo.
Who?
Yeah, but I don't like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. You guys got some awesome videos. Man. Sean cracks me up sometimes, man. He gets scared. I'm like, okay, Sean, you scared? And then Josh, he gets scared sometimes. But I've never seen you get scared, though. Do you really? I ain't never seen it.
It's just like a camera.
Yeah.
I got the camera.
You have a bad one.
It's going to be bad. Camera's running.
Yeah.
These two here are my youngins. They're all part of my team now.
I'm with her.
Yeah. He's new.
I don't know
so.
why she's my favorite now.
Hi, buddies.
So this year, youngest?
That's she's 19.
Her youngest is
15. I got a 15-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 28-year-old, and a 25-year-old, and a 22-year-old. Yeah, I got a lot of kids. I seen your son. He's pretty good looking.
My boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a handsome fellow.
Yes, he is. I saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
Just like his dad.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to get a picture because I don't know what side of Josh he is, but that's all right.
I don't know where they went.
You were just as good. Hey, can you, that's you push that button right there.
taking a picture of myself.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I watch. I don't never miss another. I don't never miss a premiere or nothing. Premiere would always watch all your old ones and everything.
You'd be like the
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when you guys were living Dead Paranormal,
Yeah. See?
and your Patreon is Living Dead Paranormal LLC, right? I pretty much know y'all. But
Yeah, we had to change everything over.
why?
Like, I had my hands like this, and then I
Oh, I do, yeah. Okay, yeah. Get out on Discovery Channel though?
hands out, and that's
On
why I
Discovery
didn't
Channel?
because I didn't want us to like hit.
Why
But then I
not?
realized we weren't close enough to hit, and I rested like
that?
this,
Why
and
wouldn't?
it felt like somebody just shook. Right?
Why wouldn't they want you?
Want that?
Between the two of us on my stomach. I thought he had gotten closer and had been moving with his
Well, I think
elbow,
y'all
like by
did.
accident. And so like I look down and I'm like,
Tired. Netflix.
he's like from A to yeah, like I was just
I
like,
mean, Amazon.
and then they kept.
Yeah, I like Amazon.
That's probably got the
I was outside, like they got the awning.
Yeah, Amazon
and I
Prime
was,
is good. I watch their videos on there too. Mostly
And I'm
YouTube.
standing there, and like I can feel it, and like,
Yeah, but you know, not all your seasons are on Amazon.
and like they're
Just
watching.
season 1 through 4.
They're watching, and I would do this.
like behind.
Oh look, there's Josh, guys.
Yeah,
Because it takes a lot longer to
yeah, they just grab. I do too.
I've always told him to subscribe to your channel and everything, so. I don't never miss an episode. Ever. Never. Ever. This is my other daughter, Angel.
Hi. Yeah. And so like I'm doing
Now they're here, we get pictures with them now. All 3 of them. Unless Josh two don't want to. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Angel? You know how to do it?
Yes, I know how to do it. But
Sure, it's good.
yeah.
Sarah, your turn. Get there on there.
Oh, sure. No.
Hold up, I gotta get Sean now because he left me out like a something up front. You left me out? Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now. No.
Rocky's everybody's.
Take it. Stop taking it.
I always
Not meant to be. Sorry about it.
I got it. Yeah.
Well, hold on, you gotta do it again because I cleaned my face.
There you go.
I hate pictures, man, because they get all messed up. What is up with your brothers? I don't know.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You all right?
I'm alright, yeah.
Oh,
He gave me her when I walked in the door.
you know that girl said he thought,
Come on now.
That was good.
well, he's talking to us.
I'll hand some of this over to Kat next to me because she helps out. The clergy, the paranormal clergy helps out with a lot of our super crazy and demonic cases. Fortunately, you don't get a whole lot of demonic cases that are like truly demonic. You know, we've had a handful of them over the years. But, you know, Kat can attest, we've done some cases that she
They're
would
doing that?
recommend that we do.
They want to go to the park. Can you give me the keys?
She can talk to you some of this. Hi, Courtney. My name's Kat May. I'm the assistant director for the Paranormal Clergy. And what happens is, paranormal clergy side, Josh hit it right on the head. They've
Guys,
done
this is
cases
Paranormal Nightmare talking.
that I
Just wanted to let y'all know we're back.
no, but they do it, and I understand why they do it. I'm always there if they need me, they'll call me. What happens is, paranormal clergy anyway, is people will write to our paranormal clergy at yahoo.com, explain what's going on. We'll send an investigative team. We have specialized teams within the paranormal clergy that go out and investigate this case. And then they'll bring the evidence back to us and we'll analyze it. And if we think it's demonic in any type of nature, we'll pass it on to the clergy side, which is Bishop James Long and his team. Requirements that we have, and what shuts down most people that will write to us, you have to have a complete physical, and you have to have a complete mental evaluation. Because, like Josh said, demonic cases are incredibly rare. 99.999% of cases are not demonic. There's either schizophrenia involved, there's schizophrenia in the family, there's depression, there's drug abuse, there's something else going on besides an actual demon itself. And that's the realistic side of it. They are incredibly rare, but they do occur. And so we do a bunch of research because we work with the clergy itself. These guys know, well, they can. It's at their disposal if they need it. So I'm kind of here to help them out and keep them alive. So, with any haunting, it's not like you just wake up one morning and all of a sudden your house is haunted. Something had to trigger it. And a lot of investigators, that's their job, is to come in and figure out what triggered this haunting to take place. Why is this taking place? And then to intervene before it gets to, if it could be possession. I mean, there's multiple different types of hauntings. The ones that's affected us the most over the years are the ones that deal with like depression where it emotionally affects you. The loud noises, the danging and stuff like that we can deal with. But typically when we've had attachments over the years, it's been the real super oppressive cases.
Yeah, I did the jail. The jail was creepy just because a while back we filmed with DQ, and I seen this little black shadow looking thing about this tall run, which they caught on film. So going back in there, knowing that I'd seen this thing with my own two eyes running on it, it's just too big. I'm like, man, if this thing shows up while I'm by myself, I'm probably going to be out a window or something. So, but I think I did pretty good, because everybody knows that I don't do good alone. But
he doesn't do good with us there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penhurst would be like the creepiest place I've ever been to. Rockies would be the Pollock Hospital. Shaw's would be
everywhere. Yeah. Now I would say like Penhurst, Waverly. We've done some other locations. I mean, because every location's different, so you kind of have your own little personal experience with each one that scares you. So to me, I think it's kind of hard just to pinpoint just one. Now there's a lot of places I want to go back to, like Penhurst, Waverly, them big locations are really cool. In the history and the story behind them.
Funny story. So I contact Crescent. There's nobody here from Crescent, right? Who was up with me? I'll say that. Get with me afterwards. I learned to always check the audience before you go into some rant. So, just just get with me afterwards if you want to hear the story.
I have been there about 50 times.
Did you like it?
Mixed bag.
And they didn't charge you $5,000, did they?
No, I didn't pay anything.
I didn't either. Okay, next question if I get us in trouble.
Yeah. We're at, we got a question?
Hi, my name's Lee. You guys were talking about demonic cases being really rare and how many times it's mental issues in the family or the individual. And I was thinking about Don Warren. To me, that might be a case of combination of both mental health issues and possibly a demonic infestation. What do you all think about that? And have you all heard from him?
I stayed in contact with Don for quite a long week. I've actually become really good friends with most every family that we worked with. So it's not like we just film and move about, we generally really do care about these people. So with Don, we've done thousands of interviews over the years. So we're pretty good at reading people. And we spend the day with them, interviewing. And I can tell you the Don inside that house and the Don outside that house is two different people. Is there mental illness there? Obviously. But does that mean that there's nothing going on? There's nothing inside the house influencing it? So we just try not to prejudge the cases, go in, do our normal investigation, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And her house is one of the top 3 worst houses we've ever been to. And her family pretty much just put her inside that house. They drop off food once a week to her. She's all by herself. She lives inside this house. And just me being inside the house for a couple hours affected me. So I couldn't imagine 24/7 being inside that house. So, people say that with Amityville that there was mental illness. How do we know that there weren't demons speaking to him, telling him to murder his family? I think as, the mental illness as it crosses into the paranormal, there's always a fine line. We've had cases where people were hearing voices and they went into the bedroom and shot themselves. Is it a mental illness where they're really hearing voices? And we tend, for whatever reason, people always ask us how we pick our cases. I always say that the cases, we don't pick them, they pick us. And we tend to get into the darker side of the paranormal, and that's not by choice. It's just, I think that's the path that we were led down. So, yeah.
I commented on this case last year, and when they broadcast, when they put up the video when it dropped, there's a lot of comments in there directed towards me, because the questions that I asked on video, the backstory to that is, the guys called me before they got to the house, and I talked to them at length, privately between all of us, about that case, and about the dangers of that case. The questions that I asked Dawn, if you saw the episode, the questions that I asked her are coming directly from the paranormal clergy. Those are the direct questions that we ask people. That was coming directly from Bishop James Long, because after the episode aired, he watched it, and he watched her reactions. Those questions are very pointed. That's what I do, assistant director for the paranormal clergy. If we get involved, we're going to go after it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. She needed help. We didn't know what kind of help she needed, so I asked these questions. I understand they were very direct, but that's what we have to do to either weed out this demon or weed out a mental illness and just get her some help. So for all the people that made all these really weird comments to me on the feed, that's fine. I used to get comments like that all the time, but we have a job to do, and that's it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. That's what happened.
That's what I was thinking.
somebody's house and make the situation worse. So we always put the clients first before anything. Naturally, we shoot a show, we have it on these platforms, but that's never been our goal, it's never been our objective. Our objective is to help people. So, and Dom is just one of those cases that, I believe that we were brought into her life for a reason. So, and we're lucky that we have a huge support staff with the clergy. We've got other bishops and priests that we work with all over the country. We've got shamans that we work with. So if we have questions or need people to review videos, we always send it off to the experts so that we can get their opinion. We don't always listen to them, which Kat can tell you. If our minds are set that we're going to help this person at all costs, then we're going to do it. And we don't worry about what people say and what the dangers are. I think you just put your faith in a higher power. But you guys are there. They're there.
We're just stubborn. At least I didn't come back here where it's warm. It is cold over there.
See, I wasn't the only one who was cold.
My question is about the case with the lady who had a ton of roaches in her house and her boyfriend killed her kids. Are you guys still in contact with her, and did the boyfriend ever get arrested for that?
I'm still in contact with Cheryl. We speak, or we text back and forth at least once a week. He was actually, the night that Sean and I were there filming, he had broke into the bedroom window and was arrested. And I think they're working on extraditing him back to Mississippi. So a lot of that legal stuff we try to stay out of. But, we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes to help people like Cheryl that obviously don't make an episode and just do it. She's still had no more paranormal activity.
Yes, it was.
That was definitely like the top 3 scariest cases we've ever done. That's why I told Sean on the way home, I said, if we stay here, we're probably going to die. And that's not being like dramatic or anything. We would have died that night. I have no doubt in my mind. That's how crazy that was.
Yeah, the location was bad and just everything, so.
I feel like we always get stuck, like we never go to like super nice neighborhoods and stuff. We always go to like the worst areas. So. I think they just don't care anymore. They've been around for so long, these guys want to do what they want to do.
Any more questions?
If you don't ask questions, I'm going to start singing to everybody.
Yep, I got one.
That's the thing. Sean can barely speak English, so.
I got this one.
Okay.
Yeah. She's asking, can you get an attachment if you visit a haunted location?
Yes. Anybody, and I don't know why certain people are susceptible to attachments and other people aren't. Like you guys, 100 people could go do the tour and maybe one person. And I always just think that it's just the makeup. If you believe in like good and evil in this world, you believe in a heaven and a hell, then I think where God might focus on, he focuses on everybody, I get that. I don't want to get into all that. But anyhow, where the devil's going to focus on people that are down in the luck, in a rut, having a bad time in their life. That's when you're open. And that's why they always say, and I think Kevin can attest to this, is, if you're in a bad space in your life, going through depression, going through a lot of shit, the best thing is not go into a haunted location and open yourself up to that. Because it does happen, and you can get attachments. I think that's how most attachments go is, you know, the devil sees that opening, and it's right there. See, I should be part of the clergy. I don't know why you guys just don't make me part of the clergy.
I can help people run.
I have a story that I just wanted to relate to all of you, paranormal investigators. I think this is an actual true story. Somebody that I consider my brother, Mr. Rich Valdez, lives in Miami, Florida. He related this story to me. It's absolutely true. It's 100% real. Some years ago, there was a paranormal team down in Florida. They got a call that from a frightened parents that their 16-year-old daughter had a demon attached to her. And this paranormal team beat their chest and went in, and they looked at this girl and they said, "You have a demon attached to you," and they left. This 16-year-old girl walked out into her front yard in front of her parents, doused herself with lighter fluid, and set herself on fire because she thought that this would get rid of the demon. This paranormal team was charged with attempted murder. They each did 4.5 years in prison. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you.
That's the one thing that we're always, you know, no matter what we think, we've never once ever told anybody you have an attachment, you have a demon. You know, it's just, because there are liabilities if you do, especially if you're dealing with somebody with like a mental illness or something like that. And that's the one thing, like when we get to a location, we film nonstop from beginning to end. That way, because we have been arrested before or detained before and had law enforcement take all of our cameras and everything, except for the one I hid underneath the seat. So I thought, if they're not going to get all my footage, so I hurried and hid a camera underneath the seat. We were shooting an episode of Chasing Evil. Fortunately, we had the parents there with us. The spirits led us out to this woods where we found bones and other artifacts. We called the local cop, and then everything just kind of blew up. Next thing you know, State Highway Patrol, the Sheriff's Department, detectives, like 3 ambulances, fire trucks, the coroner comes, and we're all like, oh shit. You know, because you watch these shows and you see how people are like framed, because I touched the hell out of these bones. And I even told the detective, I said, well, my DNA's all over those bones. So they say, well, we're taking all your equipment, we got your book bag, your GoPro. Oh yeah. So they take all of our stuff and they say, we need you guys to follow us down to the police station. So we're like freaking out. Because we don't want to be in jail or prison. We're all too weak for that. So we have an escort of law enforcement down to the police station. They take us inside the police station. Does anybody know where like Muncie, Indiana is? Yeah, we avoid Muncie at like all costs. But anyhow, they take us into the police station. They separate all 3 of us. Rocky and Sean's down part of the hallway. The coroner's bringing all the bones in. They decided to take me back to the interrogation room. So I'm like, I understand how people like confess to crimes they didn't commit, because I was scared. So they get me back there, they flip the switch, they start recording. I got 2 detectives sitting across the table from me. And they're like, okay, start from the beginning. How did you guys end up here? And it's like silence, because I'm like, how am I going to explain to these seasoned detectives that I'm talking to this ghost inside this box and I've led me to these human remains? So about halfway through my story, because I'm like still on the beans on everything, I'm like, this is how, you know, we're talking to the spirit box, the spirits are leading us out there, and they're both looking at me like, they flip off the camera, and they say, well, we're going to keep all your cameras, and we're going to download all the footage. We need you guys to leave town, don't talk to anybody. We're going to send the bones off to the anthropology department. Is that how you pronounce that? And so we're like, okay, we're out of here. So we get in the car and we're leaving, and a friend of mine who was a private investigator we work with over in Indiana, calls me and he goes, "What the hell are you guys doing?" I said, "Oh, we're nothing. We're just driving around." And he goes, "You guys are all over the news." I thought, how the hell can we be all over the news already? Because it literally was like 20 minutes. On their like Facebook page or something, they put Ohio film crew stages crime scene. And keep in mind, we have the family there with us, the mother and the father of this missing girl the entire time. We have everything on film. So we get back to Ohio, and this was Sunday mid-afternoon. And he told me the detective said they won't hear back from Ball State University about the bones until at least Wednesday. So he calls me at like 5 o'clock Monday morning, says they're animal bones. We're going to have 24-hour security down there. Don't come back to Muncie. And we're like, okay.
Or you'll be arrested.
Or we'll be arrested. So I thought, well, this is kind of fishy that they would get the bones back. And they literally, if you watch the episode, they tell us right then and there that they're human remains. And the detective in the corner would know if human remains or not. So I called Ball State and I said, hey, Delaware County sent some bones over Sunday, and they said we never received any bones. So all the bones and purse end up missing. So we decide, well, we're just going to go back to the area. What are they going to do, arrest us? They completely bulldozed the entire area. This is within 24 hours. They brought bulldozers in. Come to find out, Delaware County, I think, was under investigation with the FBI. There was a lot of corruption and stuff going on. Now, I'm super into conspiracy theories, so I'm just going with my conspiracy theory that this was a huge cover-up. And if you watch the episode, you'll learn and you'll see how it could be a cover-up. So if you watch Chasing Evil, the Ashley Morris case.
Yeah, because they even told us that it would cost the town way.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's another key. The whole time they're like, oh, it's going to cost the county this X amount of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to go out there and start digging for all these remains and all this stuff. The county's already in, financial straits. So it's pretty sad what this family's had to deal with, getting the runaround. Like I said, it'll make more sense when you watch the episode.
That's the bad thing about it, because even if it wasn't Ashley Morris and it was somebody else, now you'll never have any answers. Because, they totally wiped out this big creek bed. They redid the fences, they put up, 10-foot tall fences? You would have thought you'd been going to a prison. It was crazy. Yeah, we did. How long did it take for you went up there, Rocky, to get the cameras back?
It took us about a month to get our camera equipment back, which was frustrating. Because we kind of need camera equipment to. But that's the dark side of early on with the Chasing Evil. We've had, if you watched like the Marina Mulcher case, everybody that was in that case was ended up dead. And law enforcement at one point told us, you guys shouldn't come back, it's just getting too dangerous. And the mother that we interviewed, one purple hair, she was found dead underneath the bridge a few weeks later. So Chasing Evil is just completely different. It's something that we enjoy doing just because there's a lot of people out there that don't get the exposure, through the media and stuff like that. So it's good to go into these certain areas and, people think of, she was just a prostitute, she was a heroin user, she's not worth it. And to us, they're all people and they're all worth it. We try to share their stories. And so hopefully I didn't just depress the shit out of you guys.
So I've got a question about the Chasing Evil episodes. When did you say you guys want to come out with new episodes of that series?
We are currently working on scheduling stuff for that. The one, we've just been so busy dealing with family hauntings. Like the minute we think we're going to get caught up, we're 2 months behind. But we are working on cases that we're going to start filming hopefully soon. The thing is, like, Chasing Evil was like dangerous 4 or 5 years ago. Present day, chasing evil is 10 times more dangerous. We've been shot at, we've been chased, death threats. It's once you start uncovering the truth, and that's how you can tell when this stuff works, is when you're getting like super close to answers. Like Chillicothe was a perfect example. You have 28 women in a 10-mile radius that have come up missing. We were working hand in hand with law enforcement. Actually, a lot of them were out there with us when we were running spirit box sessions. The law enforcement would take us to the crime scenes where they found the bodies, and I think there were still like 23 women missing. And we would start receiving death threats through our messages. And it just got to the point, and you know, we knew who was behind it. It was one of the biggest drug traffickers of heroin through like Chillicothe, up through Cleveland and the Columbus area. And at that point, you know, you want to risk you and your family's safety. So.
Any more questions? Unless anybody in the back, yeah, really raise your hand. They got it, Mark.
Is there anywhere you guys will absolutely not go back to?
Places that we've been, we would go anywhere that we've been. The only things that we really avoid is we don't really do cemeteries, just out of respect. And then like certain places where like there were like tragic events. So if it's something like more recent, we probably wouldn't do it just out of respect for the families and stuff. Oh, we won't go back to Muncie.
Yeah, we would.
So any law enforcement from Muncie in here, we're not coming back. I feel like all of them were like demoted or fired, so. Karma's, you know what they say about karma?
Yeah, no, Pastor Josh.
Have you all made any progress toward being able to tell your childhood story?
Yeah, we were actually in contact with the family that lives in the house that we grew up in right before COVID hit. His wife was a nurse, so they were like super worried about COVID. So we kind of put it off, not realizing that was going to last 2 years. And we just had never pursued it. It was something we'd always struggled with because it's something that we want to put ourselves through. You know, what's the point of going back there and telling the story? But if we were going to do it, we wanted to go back to the house where it all happened and do it. And I will say the family that lives there now has had no activity. They wanted to meet with us. They agreed to give us the house for the evening, and we could tell our story, and we could do an investigation, which would be cool. I mean, we still may do it. It's just, do you want to relive? Because it was just such a negative part of my life. Rocky burned the ritual, which we later found out today. So don't ever burn the ritual. Nope, we left, everything stopped. Yep. Although, leading back to my conspiracy theories, we have done so many cases over the years, and we've had so many like psychics and mediums and stuff tell us that they felt that there was this aggressive female spirit following us. So I've always wondered if it's still with us, like kind of in the background, and that's what we've been chasing all these years. Does that make sense? Is that too deep?
She could be with us right now.
It could be one of you guys who's not really here. Yeah, we'll tell our story one day. We've had people approach us about writing books and telling the story. It's just right now our main focus is on helping people.
Gonna be a long one. It's different when there's only one person doing it and the vote. Now you got three. Those aren't who writes that, Nick.
they'll probably have a nervous breakdown. And like I said, it's not just all the paranormal, it's everything all compiled into one. So it gets pretty dark. Yeah, I think the reason we get such good evidence is like when we first started investigating, we were like completely idiots when it comes to paranormal. Like we had no clue what we were doing. All we knew is we lived through this time and we wanted to find answers. So you learn over time how to run your investigations. So you when you watch us, you see us move like all over the place. Like some teams will sit down and have like an hour-long spirit box session. That would drive us crazy. So what we do is, if we would go to one room and it feels fine, we'll move to another room, and another room, and another room, until we hit an area that feels uncomfortable. And you guys have all been in haunted locations, so you know what I'm talking about. And then once you get to that area, that's where you focus your energy, and that's how you're able to document, the evidence.
That's why I talk so much whenever I'm filming. I blame it on being scared.
Sean, Sean talks a lot when he's nervous anyhow. And if any of you guys have watched like the Alone series, how often these people talk when they're alone like that, it's just because they're nervous. It's just the nervous reaction is, if you're talking, you're focused on something else, you're not focused on what's going on around you.
Any more questions? I get a walk.
I should have brought a sweatshirt.
So, Josh, this is specifically for you. So, when you are blessed in these homes, some of these places seem really dark. Do you get instant gratification, or you're like, I hope that worked, or you just, how do you feel about it?
Well, you always hope. Usually the cleansing process is like the most benign part of the entire investigation. Like I think through like Hollywood and stuff, they make it think like the priest is running around throwing holy water and casting these demons out, all hell's breaking loose. It's usually not like that. We've had cases, like one of our very first cleansing cases, all hell broke loose. So we're thinking like all cleanses are going to be like this. I mean, like cats were attacking us, animals were going crazy. I think somebody brought up that episode on the line earlier.
Yes, we had a cat that was outside the house, on the inside off and on. And this cat just come up and rub it, rub on your leg and all that. Friendly cat. Once we started doing that, this cat, you couldn't even get 5 feet. It would try and attack you.
But most of the cleansings, yeah, they put holy water on the cat too. But most of the cleansings, like when you're inside of a location, you feel different. Like every homeowner or it's worked has said that the air felt it was easier to breathe. They felt more peaceful, it was cooler. So that's how we normally tell. I don't believe, and Kat may disagree with me, but I don't agree that every location can be cleansed. I think there are just some places, some people that are just that bad, that they're just too far gone. I know there are some people that believe they can cast out any demon from anywhere and make it safe.
But I think that's where, you gotta go in with an open mind.
But you really just do your best. But you can tell, definitely, you can tell like an energy shift.
But what's bad is some places they'll call you 2 days later and say, well, I still got all this going on. We'll be like, okay, so what'd you do last night? Well, I was trying to talk to him.
And the thing you run into nowadays, especially with like social media, TikTok and stuff, is once somebody gets a following, like if your house was haunted, you were doing TikToks every other day, you had thousands of people following you. Do you want your ghost to be gone? So your ghost isn't going to be gone. And we run into that quite a bit. Because we've done locations where, there were influencers on TikTok and stuff like that. It's just no matter what we do, it's, you just try to do your best and hope for the best. And
Got one over here. Josh, you would like to know how far out we are booked out before we can get out and start filming new cases. I think she's talking about family things.
I would say getting close to Thanksgiving time.
So we get a turkey.
And we do. We don't take off. We don't take off. If you let us in your house during Thanksgiving, we don't take off for the holidays. I mean, we literally take no breaks. So.
And we do not stop for the winter. It don't matter how much it snows outside, we will find a way to drive.
We all work, we're eventually going to go full time to it, and that's the only way we're going to be able to produce 2 shows like Paranormal Nightmare and Chasing Evil. So eventually that's the goal. Right now we're just trying to get our kids through school. I'm sure all of you parents understand.
And I'm getting tired of eating bologna.
All that stuff. Our thing is, we grew up like super, super poor, so we don't need a whole lot. You know, we live our life like, you know, we can lose everything tomorrow and, you know, just stay humble and help as many people as we can until our time comes.
All right, probably got time for one more because I think this actually closes at 5 minutes. We'll give you guys a little time to even walk around for about 10 minutes or so. So do we have any more questions, or do you guys want to wrap up and stop listening to Josh talk?
Yeah, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming. It's been great getting to know each and every one of you guys. Thank Paranormal Quest for having us here. You guys are all amazing. You're beautiful people. So thank you.
Thank you. Ryan.
Hey guys and girls, Paranormal Nightmare, Josh and Sean, and don't forget to check them out. They just talked a few minutes ago, as you will see. Also, subscribe to their channel, Paranormal Nightmare TV series, and then Chasing Evil, and Patreon, Living Dead Paranormal LLC. Just check them out, they're really good people. Chasing Evil, when you guys going to do the video on that?
Chasing Evil we'll probably have coming in the next couple months. We've just been so busy working with family hauntings and all that stuff. It's just, once we get into the colder weather, we'll have more time.
I know that has to be hard because I watched every last one of your videos, no stop. Every last one of them.
Chasing Evil is definitely a sad show to produce. So, but
check that out, guys.
Chasing Evil, Paranormal Nightmare, check it out. Much love.
Yeah, Josh and Sean are good, and Rocky's over there.
Yeah, Rocky's hiding.
But I appreciate y'all doing this for me.
Yep.
You guys are my buddies.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Alright, you be safe.
Alright, yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, guys. Guys, I'm sorry we let go too soon, but this is the West Virginia Penitentiary right here. This is the prison that's haunted. I saw a face up there. See it? You see the eyes and face up there? It's still there, see it? They're looking right out, see it? Eyes, nose. Well, that's cool.